Well, it's thought that around 11 million people have been affected by these earthquakes in Syria, a country where many people have already been displaced by the war. Rula Amin is from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. Rula, homes have been destroyed. We've seen the awful pictures, thousands of people clearly in need. The weather is bitterly cold. We've seen the snow. What is your priority at UNHCR?
Well, the priority needs are rescue and search efforts, because the bodies that are under the rubble need to be taken out, and more importantly, the people who are still stranded under the rubble needs to be taken out. But unfortunately, there's not enough equipment or the needed equipment to help people. We have seen people doing it with their own hands, with shovels. On top of that, many of the people who survived, they need shelter. They need a place to stay to protect them from the snow, from the heavy rains, to be able to protect their children. They need food, they need mattresses, they need blankets, they need medicine, they need medical care, they need psychological care. We have to, as you said, these people have been going through so much after 12 years of crisis inside Syria. And more than 6.8 million Syrians are still, to this day, internally displaced inside their own country. So they were living in flimsy shelters, tents, partially destroyed buildings, very weak structures, and then the earthquake came. And even if these structures did not collapse, they became unsafe. They could collapse any minute. So these people all had to flee, and now they need shelter. They are staying in schools, in mosques. They are desperate for all kinds of assistance. And that's why, as UNHCR, we have mobilized all our resources and all stocks that we have in country, like tents, blankets, thermal blankets, winter clothes, kitchen sets. They need everything we can give them, and the needs are immense. Whatever we have inside the country is not enough. We need to mobilize much more. We need to get it to them as fast as possible, and we need to reach them as quickly as possible.
The first aid convoy has managed to get through to Syria. How difficult was it to organise that, to get material through and to get the paperwork through on Syria?
It was very difficult. It wasn't a matter of paperwork. It was a matter that there is this border crossing that goes from Turkey into northwest Syria, which the Security Council has authorized United Nations humanitarian agencies like UNHCR to bring in humanitarian relief to northwest Syria. And this is what's been happening for the past few years. Now, when the earthquake happened, it damaged the main road where the trucks and the trailers used to bring in all this relief. Thankfully, we had some pre-positioned items, tents, blankets, mattresses, medicine, food, all kind of agencies had their own pre-positioned material, which the partners we have on the ground used to reach the people who had been affected. But it's nowhere enough, because what's happened is catastrophic, and the needs are so huge that we need to bring so much more. We can bring in aid for the next 10 days, and it's never enough. It's a drop in the bucket, because these people their ability to cope with hardship had been depleted in the past 12 years. It's like the last straw. And they feel so lonely. They feel that they had been left abandoned by the world, because their needs had been growing with every passing year of displacement and crisis, yet finance and attention to meet their needs had been dwindling. There are so many other crises in the world. People think that, with every passing year, things get easier. It's not true. It gets more difficult. And we don't have the resources to reach all those who need assistance. Just to give you an example, inside Syria, more than 70% of the population, more than 15 million people, even before this earthquake, needed humanitarian assistance to survive. That's a huge number. It's a tragic number. And now this is going to be even complicated further, and the needs are going to be bigger, and we need more resources. They need more support. They need the international community to step forward, to assist, and to tell them that they are on their side. It's very important not to forget about Syrians. It's almost 12 years of constant crisis over crisis, compounded crisis. They have the conflict. They have COVID-19. They have deep economic crisis inside the country, and now the earthquake.